Alright guys, I have not filmed in so long. I was literally in Europe for like the last 3 or 4 weeks. So this is my first tutorial, and not only that, this is my first fall tutorial of 2019, and I live my life for fall. Okay, I love fall time. I love the colors. I love the fashion, comfy style layers. I love the drinks, and by drinks I mean like pumpkin spice lattes, duh. So I'm very excited that this is my first fall tutorial of 2019, and I am partnering up with e.l.f. on this video as part of our Brow BFFs campaign. So I'll be doing, again, a little brow toot in the middle of the video and just kind of trying out a bunch of new products. And I'm really, really excited for the actual look that I'm gonna do because I've been envisioning this look. I've never tried it before, so we're gonna be in this together. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get right into it. So I'm gonna start off with some moisturizer. This one is from e.l.f. and it's their Ultra Facial Moisturizer. I really like doing this one before makeup, actually, because the texture is a little bit more runny than what I would normally use on my face, like at night or in the day. Also, my nails. Are they not a vibe? That moisturizer makes my skin feel really nice though before makeup. Right after that, I am gonna add on just a little bit of primer. This guy's the Blurring Primer Serum. Just the name alone made me really want to try it. I'm just gonna start off with a little, 2 drops, just to see what it does. Has almost like a soft feel to it. All right, so now I'm just gonna let that sink in, settle into the skin. I always like to do this because I feel like it makes my foundation look better whenever I give my primer time to sink in. And every time I'm doing my makeup, when I let my primer sink in, I go into brows. So I'm gonna go in with the Ultra Precise Brow Pencil from e.l.f. In Neutral Brown. I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about this so many times by now because I feel like for the past 6 months, I use it in almost every single video because it really is my favorite, my go-to on a daily basis, just because the formula is so good for such an affordable price. It's literally $5 and I restock like no other, okay? I go in there, when I see it in Target, I'm like, give me 10 of those. Well, that's an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. My brow hairs get crazy. They grow super fast and they get straggly at the top. So I just go in and trim the top just to make sure it doesn't start looking haggard. Then I go in and start filling in the bottom section to start to give my brows the shape that I want. And you can see this formula just creates this really beautiful, fine hair-like strokes. And that's why I feel like it just creates the most perfect brows. This is so easy to use too if you're a beginner. First of all, it's obviously affordable. You don't have to spend $20 on something to try it out if you're just getting into makeup or just getting into doing your brows. And this formula is better than most high-end formulas that I have used. Okay, that's just my opinion. That's just my humble opinion, but it's true. I've also been really liking giving my brows a more uplifted feel on the end. So I don't bring the tails down low. I actually kind of extend it out. It's almost like a brow lift, but we're doing it with makeup instead of plastic surgery. You always want to go back in and blend it out just to make sure everything is blending together nicely. Next, I'm gonna take a little bit of concealer, and this really helps to clean everything up. I just mostly go underneath the brow. Do you see how it looks almost feathered in the middle of the brow? It doesn't look like just a block of eyebrow, That's what I really like about that pencil, is that it gives you that more natural look. And then I'll kind of wipe the top of the brow when there's less product on the brush. Those are the brows all cleaned up, ready to rumble. My last step for my brow routine is taking Wow Brow from e.l.f. This is a really good tinted brow gel. It does have brow fibers, so it gives you a little bit more of that, feathered, naturally full kind of look. But what I really love this for, my main purpose for it, is that because it has this really nice tinted little wand, I can use it to actually even out my brows. So you can see here, this brow has more sparseness than this brow does at the right at the front. So I take my little guy right here and I literally fill in this area, and I feel like it evens it out so well, so much better than any other method that I've tried because the fibers actually stick to my hairs. Okay, so moving back to eyes, I'm just going to prime my eyes with a little bit of concealer to cover up the redness on my eyes. I really like using concealer as my eyeshadow base because it does cancel out discoloration, but also provide like a nice even base. All right, and then I'm just gonna take a little bit of this Kat Von D translucent powder and go over where the crease is. You know, you don't want to do too much on the like the base of the lid because sometimes I feel like that can take away pigment from any shadows that you put on top. But if you just go right here in the crease and then up towards the brow bone, it works perfectly to set this primer. For eyeshadow, I'm gonna be going in with my Sigma Beauty Enchanted palette. This is a really, really pretty palette that I have been obsessed with. It's the only palette that I took on my vacay with me, which is crazy because I was gone for a month and I never felt bored, which is how you know it's like a good palette because, you know, there's a lot of mattes, but there's also a lot of shimmers. So I'm first gonna take my Sigma Tapered Blending E40. I'm gonna take Innocent and Loam and then go straight in. We just want a slight shadow in the crease, nothing too crazy. Then I'm just gonna deepen that with a little bit of the shade Claystone on my Sigma E27 Detail Blending. The brush is really nice because it has this like super tapered tip and you can just add a little bit more definition right here to like this outer V. All right, so I'm gonna do a big, bold wing liner. This is like my OG combo, Sigma Wicked Gel Liner, and then my E06. So once I have that top part on, I'll kind of like start to make a line like that and just build it up. So then I start to extend the outside part. And I feel like starting from that top section almost makes it easier to know what angle you want your wing to go. I just love bold wings in the fall, paired with like a vampy lip. So I went super dramatic on my wing. You obviously don't have to. You can do whatever you're comfortable with. If you just want a more faint or like, you know, just more subtle wing liner, you can totally do that as well and it'll give you kind of the same vibe. But I went bold and I'm not regretting my decision. But you know what I really like to do is I like to take a little pencil brush. This one's from Dose of Colors. And I'm gonna take that same shade that we used from the Sigma palette, this shade right here, called Claystone. And I'm actually just gonna go back in and define this little part right where it meets the wing. Just make sure your liner is like completely dry before you go in with that pencil brush. But other than that, we are winging it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do my other eye, same exact thing. So I'm gonna add on my lashes. So I'm gonna use Baddie B Sugar Baby. You could see, if you can see them up close, they have this really pretty winged out shape to them. These are brand new, so I'm gonna cut off a little bit, but I think these are gonna be really pretty because they have that like flutter to them. So I'm gonna add these on, but while I put the glue on, I'm gonna add mascara. So this is my Laura Mercier Caviar Volume Panoramic Mascara. Dude, if a mascara can like still make your lashes look relatively good over that thick of a wing, that is when you know it's pretty good, you know? I'm gonna cut off about that much, so it's like 2 of the wefts. That's what I'm gonna call them, wefts. Like 2 of the, you know. Also, I've been getting a lot of comments being like, you always say you love stuff, but that's because in my tutorials, I use products that I've already tested and already know that I love. If you wanna see what I don't like, basically, definitely make sure to check out the videos that I do where I'm like testing new makeup, because that's where you'll see like if I'm trying new stuff, what I don't like. So I'm gonna go in with these lashes. I definitely think Baddie B is like one of the most comfortable brands for a more voluminous lash, because a lot of times lashes like this that are dramatic, they are not comfortable to wear. But these actually are, so that's why I continue to go back because I like the style and I feel like they're comfortable. Now, moving back to the face, this is actually a brand new product that I want to try out. So this is the MAC Studio Fix Stick Foundation. I'm a huge fan of the liquid foundation and the powder foundation. I literally I always have the powder foundation on hand because it's so good. So this is their new stick one and I'm pretty excited to try it. I have the shade NC40 here. Hopefully it matches, let's see. I think that could work. Like you know, obviously to my shoulder. I don't know too much about this foundation. I haven't heard too much about it. Feels pretty dry and matte, to be honest. Maybe I need to use a brush with this because I feel like sometimes stick foundations work better with brushes. Okay, it's definitely matte and it's a pretty dry formula from what I can feel so far. If you have dry skin, you might want to use an oil beforehand, but I am liking the finish. Pretty nice coverage. And the color is so perfect for me. This is a little more neutral than like their normal NC40. NC40 can be a little warm, but once I put concealer and contour and all that stuff, it like balances it out. But this one seems a little more neutral, which I actually really like. I feel like that honestly looks really nice on the skin. So for concealer, I'm gonna go in with a full coverage concealer. I definitely want full coverage underneath the eyes and just to even everything out. So this is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer, and I'm gonna use the shade Tan Sand. This is one of the best concealers that you can get. I'm gonna go in right under the eyes. I do 2 layers. This first layer is just going to be to cancel out discoloration. And I really like this shade because it has a little bit of a peachy undertone to it. Then for my second layer, I bring this down a little further and then also in the middle of the face. The second layer, I actually like to let it sit just for like I don't know, maybe 30 seconds. This has a slightly dry formula, but I feel like that's what gives it that matte full coverage. So I like to let it set into the skin once again and let it dry down just a little bit. So then I can go in and get that full coverage once it's like ready to be blended. I feel like this combo is blending together super nicely. And then I always like to add a little bit of cream bronzer to the sides of my face. So this one is from Cover FX. It's actually their like cream foundation, but I use it as a cream bronzer, pouncing it in to the side of the face. And last of the cream steps, I've been loving this. I guess it's like a multi-stick. It's called the Multiple, and it's in the shade Portofino. So I just go in and blend that in. All right, so we're gonna set all that down, and you can see that this really smooths everything out. I'm using the Kat Von D translucent setting powder that I used like at the beginning of the video. And then for bronzer, we're gonna be using Fenty Beauty, and this is in the shade Islanding. I'm just gonna warm up the sides of my face really nice and lightly. And then while we're here, I'm gonna add on just a little bit of contour with this Smashbox contour palette. I'm just gonna take this guy up here. This is called the Cali Contour. And I like to use an angled brush and I just like kind of press it under where we place down that bronzer. Dude, a good contour honestly makes the world of difference. If I do not bronze and contour my face, I literally feel like my face looks like an egg. Like there's no definition whatsoever. So for me, contouring is key. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that powder underneath the eyes. And I actually dip into MAC Studio Fix powder just so I get a little bit of extra coverage, you know? I love a little coverage, you know? I love a lot of coverage, actually. All right, and then for blush, I'm so excited. I'm gonna be using the Ofra Cosmetics Madison Miller Collab Blush in the shade Sweet Stuff. Congratulations, Madison. I am like beyond excited for you. I'm proud of you because I know I said this in my last video, like, well, my PR unboxing, which was like a couple of videos ago, but I'm blown away by how hard you work and how hard you have worked over the last couple of years that I've known you. So I'm so excited for your first collab, and this is my first time using it. Had to do it on camera because, you know, we gotta get that reaction, you know? So I'm gonna go in with the blush right on the apples of my cheeks. Ooh, so cute. And then I'm also gonna use the highlighter from the collab as well. So this is the shade Sea Shimmer. And I'm taking that on my Sigma F42 strobing fan. Oh my, it's so pretty. This is the more rose goldy shade. All right, now lastly, moving on to lips, I'm gonna go in with MAC Night Moth. I've been dreaming of fall vampy lips for like probably a good month now. So this is my moment, okay? This is my moment to shine. And I'm not gonna fill in my lips with this because we're gonna take this guy We're gonna take this guy from NARS. I'm gonna take the shade Dominatrix. And the formula on these is so good, you guys. Okay, I want a little bit more red. I think I'm gonna take this guy, which is Fire Down Below, and just add that on. I went in with a little bit of this NARS liner. This is the High Pigment Long Wear Eyeliner in the shade Broadway. And I'm actually placing that underneath the lash line and then also in the waterline. And I'm dying to take the Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Storm palette. Really, really beautiful shade selection in here. I haven't used it yet, but I really like the colors that she chose. So congrats, Kristen, on this launch. So pretty. I'm gonna take just a little bit of Astrid Lust and smoke out that liner that we put down. Ooh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. You know, there's like some points in makeup where like you kind of feel like this could make or break it, and that was one of those moments. Like I was kind of like, I want to try this purple, but like I also don't know if it's gonna like mess up what I've already done, and I feel like it's making it. I like it because when I do smoky under eyes, it covers my under eye wrinkles and I can just move on with my life and pretend that I don't have any. I'm just gonna blend that out really lightly with a blending brush. I didn't pick up any extra product from this, but this is like a blending brush that I recently used for, you know, like a crease shade. So it had a little bit of product on it. All right, I'm just gonna add on a little bit more mascara. All right, guys, so this is the finished look. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I feel like I'm in the fall spirit. I'm excited that this is like my first fall look because I feel like it just got me even more excited for what's to come. Let me know if there's anything, any specific makeup launches, any colors, or any kind of specific tutorials you guys wanna see from me coming up into like fall and winter and stuff. And again, thank you so much to e.l.f. Cosmetics for having me and Yes be part of the Brow BFF campaign and for working with me on this video and the whole campaign, obviously. But yeah, thank you guys again. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it to the end, don't forget to subscribe down below and also turn those notifications on so you never miss a video. And I guess I will see you in my next video.